And we are back at the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we will finally be continuing with Draconic Ascent, the Rise of Tiamat. Our party has found themselves in a rather hot situation, and, well, things have gone wrong as they always do. I'll let Nimi catch you up on what's going on. Nimi, what you got?
Too bad it's not hot in the fun way. Anywho. So to backtrack just a little bit, basically we found a door and it had Durgans on it, and we kind of we knew it was a dragon gate, which are notoriously hard to get through. But the thing is that something was trying to get through it, and we were concerned. And so we all made the executive decision that we needed to go figure out what was trying to get through, stop it, and then figure out how to close the door. So, after a little riddly riddle, it was decided that Axie and Vidar would donate some blood to the door, um, in which Vidar tried to do the age-old cut the palm, in which they were promptly stopped and told bad, and to cut their forearm so that they could actually continue to hold their weapon. Um, Blood was given. The door took a hell of a lot more blood than they gave, so they're both slightly anemic at the moment. But we were able to get through the door, and then we came into this fresh pit of lava hell. And there was a portal in the background, and a bunch of fiends. So it was like, well, shit, time to go fight some fiends. Nimi went off from the rest so that she could get to the portal and try to shut it down, which she was able to do while the rest of the party beat the shit out of things. Toshinori, due to some technical difficulties, kept missing. It's hot. He's a dog. So, it's hot in here. He doesn't
Yeah, that's
exactly
like
sweat.
fans.
Yeah. Not his environment. There was some explosions as some of the barrel you can explode some of the barrels, but these things weren't bothered by fire. There's still technically a fiend around in the lava somewhere who just straight up can't get out. Um, he's not like drowning, he's just not strong enough to get out of the lava.
Oh, he disappeared under
So,
the lava at some point, so he might be drowning.
oh, okay. He might be drowning at this point. He might be impervious to fire, but he still needs oxygen. So may he rest in eternal flames. Um, but so, uh, we kind of, before Nemi was able to close the portal completely, though, another fiend did walk through with a hellhound, completely ignored Nemi and told the hellhound to kill her. As said demon also told, or devil, told the rest of the fiends that to hurry the fuck up because the queen was waiting, and she doesn't like to be she's not exactly patient. So they were trying to get through this door back here as the party was beating them up. Axie helped fling a couple of people over some rather large uh spaces due to the fact that he's not a lot of us have the strength to jump these gaps. We did almost lose Ruben to the lava, but thankfully Torquil was able to grab him, so we didn't have a crispy kobold. Um, and yeah, we ended it where Everyone is trying to somewhat reconvene, and there's this chest over here that Nimi's about to go look through.
Fair. Go ahead and take that hero point. And we rejoin the party as they are scattered across this molten cavern. What would you like to do?
Crispy fried kobold. That being said, Vidar does actually need to be put down.
On the
I
map,
knew it was
Vidar.
only a matter.
Oh no,
All right,
is it
when
his
we-
time already? time to go out back.
Oh my god! No.
I
Regular
was
time.
about to make
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's
where-
freaking multiplying. Not again.
Where the fuck did you come from?
He's been with us the entire time.
He got tackled by an imp early on, and he was wrestling like 7 of them.
That sounds
Oh,
like
God.
Vidar.
Where the pool of oil came from, we're not entirely sure, but Vidar did manage to get his shirt back.
Oh, God. I completely forgot you were here. You look okay, I believe.
That's pointing
Vidar,
at
I think that's
Mhm.
aimed at you.
Is that muted? Okay.
Let's deal with what the rest of the party's up to.
Ruben looks to the others and calls out, "Hey, anybody got some like ropes, planks, something that we can lay down to make a bridge? I don't think it'd be safe for us to, try the old long jump routine over boiling hot lava."
Actually can get you across, Ruben.
That won't last forever. I don't have that much magic.
Oh, if you want, I can always toss you across.
Yeet the
Probably don't weigh
kobold.
more than you.
There's a dog.
Yeah, man.
They go woof.
Anything interesting on this canyon?
You see that door has a massive crack in it. Not enough that you can get through, but there is a lot of magical energy pulsing out, along with a lot of heat. Even more so than the room you are currently in.
Okay, but I was asking about the canyon. The canyon?
What
Where the fuck this
canyon?
demo guy is? The guy next to me, the dead guy.
Oh, the Cambion.
Cambion, yeah, thank you. I'm trying.
No, not that you
Canyon,
can see.
Canyon,
Cambion.
cardamom.
The
So,
feet.
so
Just say
yeah,
feet.
okay,
It'll be easier that way.
okay. The feed. So the feed's got nothing interesting on
Not really.
him. But the door definitely is looking dangerous. So Torkel's going to start heading toward the rest of his friends. Why is it being like this? Stop it. Stop role playing.
There's a happy flying dude.
There
Oh,
we
he
go.
stretched.
Oh,
Oh, why, dude?
He do.
big dude.
Dude.
Little dude.
Wait till he has a saxophone and he's just flying through the air, just saxophoning through life.
Dude, 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 dude.
Doot 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 doot.
On demand yakety sax.
So Torkel will come up behind Ruben and ask, "So you want me to touch you over?"
Well, it depends on if we're going through this door here or if we're making our way back up the way we came.
Hey, listen, just going towards that door. Lots of energy and heat coming off that thing.
Makes you wonder what they were trying to get to. Axie is gonna step forward and go start looking at the door with Merlin on her head.
Hang on there, kid. Don't get too close without, grown-up supervision.
She's gonna put her
Nimi's
hand about her chest level. You have to be about this tall for adult supervision.
Oh, shite! That's cold blooded, actually. I'm pretty sure I
Come
love
on,
it.
kid. You know me. Am I even close to being an adult in this group?
Exactly. You're younger than I am.
At the very least, I'll give you a hand with this.
That's why we put stilts on Torquil. Torquil.
Why the hell? I need stilts. I'm the tallest one here.
Yeah, but it's a lot funnier to put you on stilts than watch you try to get to the bottom shelf.
While Axie investigates the door, Ruben will be given some help with casting of Divine Sense.
You do not sense anything of note.
And
Yeah.
since everyone's sensing shit, Torquil will also start sensing shit with his where is it here somewhere? Magical awareness.
Roll it. So it's detect magic.
Basically, yeah.
It's not even basically. That is detect magic with a longer range. What you pick up on is up near Nimi and whatever is coming through this door.
Oh yeah.
Or, well, you
What's
don't get anything coming from the door. You do pick up something coming over near Nimi. Because yours is spells and magic items, so it's a weaker. It's light,
oh
but
well,
it's different.
yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying. It's a little bit different than detect magic because I can just pick up items or spells. But what flavor of magic item am I tasting here?
That is not what you get it. You only get what flavor from the spell, not magic items.
Oh, well, that's a spell. Oh yeah, damn.
Detect
Okay,
magic is the thing.
good
Mm.
news I'm not smelling any infernal, fiend stuff or whatnot anymore. Other than this corpse over here, Ruben says, kind of like giving the Cambion body a shove.
You see it
And
suddenly goes up in flame and incinerates itself into non-existence.
Oh God. I'm not used to things self-immolating after being killed. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't think so, but I'm not too surprised with fiends. All kinds of weird things happens with them.
yeah, makes sense as anything else in this world.
Nimi is going to um gonna get so she's ritual casting um detect magic, but she's also going to call out uh as a reminder that Vidar has that lantern of dragon tracking and to have it go off just in case.
Fair. You do not see that
It's a
it is
risk.
currently active.
Okay.
Since Nimi is ritual casting and my thing is an instant thing, I'm gonna call out to Nimi. Oi, Nimi! There's some sort of magical item near you.
She'll nod. She's trying to figure out what school of magic, so which is what she can get from detect magic. So I'm going to continue with this ritual cast. This is going to take me like 11 minutes.
In the meantime, then Ruben will turn to Axie and say, "So, what can you make out of this door here?"
It'll take me a while to look around. Also, an item doesn't necessarily have a school. If a spell or visible anything, it would, but items generally don't have schools of magic.
I don't know.
I wouldn't look it up, but
Here's the thing: is no, that's fair, but I wasn't told anything about. I don't know if he's detecting a magic item.
yeah.
I'm trying to detect magic on the chest. So if there's, I'm basically trying to make sure that this thing isn't going to explode if I try to open it.
Fair. But
Oh, you're looking
Axie,
for like magic craft or something.
Axie's running her fingers over the doorway. It looks like something's keeping it locked, but the damage to the door looks like it will eventually start degrading. You hear Merlin squeak
Yeah,
with agreement.
Considering how desperate that fiend was to get onto the other side of it, yeah, I can't guarantee that. I'm guessing that there's nothing good on the other side.
You hear a squeak from Merlin. Bring me to the
Oh,
edge,
Nimmy,
please.
Okay, and Ruben will hold out a hand for Merlin to jump onto.
I mean, he's still on Axie's head, so I could just steps over. As you see, he runs his little paw. And as he does a quick chant, and suddenly you see runes appear all over the front of this door. Oh boy. As Axie is going to take a
now
couple
that
steps back.
well, yeah, now that speaking that Axie stepped there, she was within 30 feet of me. She just hears in the back of her head, the Cambion said something about the dragon, that the queen was waiting.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. As Ruben, you don't even need to know much about magic to see. That's a lot of magic.
Oh god, I don't even have like the same kind of magic sense as Torquil and Nimi, but I can literally feel that radiating off this thing.
That's not coming from it.
Well, I think we have all the more reason to start backtracking then.
I don't know if that's a good idea. That door's gonna come down one way or another, given time.
So what's the game plan? Do we try to reinforce the door? Do we bust the door down? Do we get the fuck out of here? Do we stand our ground?
Maybe try to find a way through, see if we can find out what's in there. It'd be better if we
Ruben,
warn Greenest about what's going on. If we can shut down whatever's in there, that might help too.
Ruben, giving Axie a nod, draws the battle axe from his back once more. Well, no time like the present then. And he will take a step forward and take a swing.
It doesn't even
Ruben,
hit the door. It stops dead, and I need a strength save.
22.
You get blasted back, sliding and stopping inches from the edge, with the kinetic force blasting back from just your blood.
Okay, gonna be feeling that in the morning. Ah,
Hey, Amy, don't hit the strange magical door.
I mean, nothing happened when it got blasted with fire, and whatever the Cambion did to it. I thought we were in the clear. We were not.
We should probably go look at those pillars and pedestals.
And I gotta pull myself off the ground because I'm pretty sure I am landing on a very sharp rock. Okay, yeah. That's. Oh, no, that's a piece of femur bone.
It's at this point, Nimi, you finish casting your spell, and you see on the front of the chest, there's this large, intricate lock, which parts of it are glowing brightly with magic.
Arcane lock.
Some kind. Not really necessarily an arcane lock, but some kind of... the lock itself isn't magical, but there is a circle behind part of the lock that is glowing.
Okay. Is it going to explode if we try to pick it?
You would not know that from Detect Magic. That's Identify. Or you could just take a look at it and see if you can figure out it with Arcana.
I will roll Arcana.
But you do
I would
notice
like-
something as you take a closer look. You see written on the front of the lock itself are some words and what looks like Draconic.
I speak Draconic because I knew what campaign I was getting into.
You see the words written in a circle. What feeds the flames but can never burn. What fuels rage but never tires.
Will you put that into chat, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, thank you.
Fuse flames but can never burn. What fuels rage but never tires.
I feel like we should know this one. Like, our party really runs off of the rage things, so we gotta know this. What fuels our rage?
Okay.
Yes, I was about to say, Torquil, don't you have anger management issues?
Oh, but one second. My Nimmy still can't scream. Her voice is shut. Gotta walk over here. So Nimmy's gonna tell that to Axie and Merlin so that they can
Axie's-
inform the rest of the party.
Going to repeat it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Feeds the flames, never burns. I mean, you can toss wood into a fire, but that burns. Let's see here. Does oil burn when you toss into a fire?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's not oil then.
Flames
You see
never
Axie
burn.
roll her eyes at Rumid. What can fire not live without?
More.
Oxygen.
Yeah, what he said.
Air. Try air, Nimmy. Is there any kind of input? And Nimmy, as you hear Axie calling out, you see the words suddenly start glowing, and you hear, and then the dial, the circular thing that was behind it, starts to glow as the front part comes off, and you can actually see a lock now, along with what is very obviously an arcane trap.
Ah, and here I was thinking she'd have to blow into it.
That okay. So Nimmy's gonna step over here so that she can inform Axie what she sees, but also air doesn't fuel rage. So the question is what's the second part?
Let's see here.
I mean, if he
Fuels
can't
rage.
breathe, he can't. That does fuel it.
Breath.
Okay. But there looks like there's an arcane. You said lock?
It looks like there's a trap attached to it. It looks like the part where the words were initially has burned away and fallen off, but there's another part underneath where there's an arcane trap locked on it.
Okay. I guess my main question is can I like has it been disabled or
Oh no, it's
is
glowing.
there it's glowing? Okay.
Use the flame. The
It's
flames.
not-
Ooh, ooh. I got it. Sorry, I got excited.
Yeah.
Anger. What feeds the flame but can never burn? Anger. What fuels the rage and never tires? Anger. Gotta be anger. Because
But you can,
it's an
like,
emotional state.
but you can kind of tire out of being angry, can't you?
Also, that part has burned away from the front of it and literally fallen off the chest.
Yeah, so I'm seeing if there's like another.
You don't see any more lines,
Oh, I
just
thought
the arcane runes.
Okay. Well, I don't have arcane. I don't have the knock spell.
Ooh.
So,
do.
Lunaretta, can you get over here without having to jump?
Do you
Uh,
have?
That being
You could also do it with just base Arcana, or Thieves' Tools, or Dispel Magic, which I don't think y'all are high enough level for.
just
Crowbar.
one sec. What level is spell magic?
I think it's 3rd level.
I
Okay.
think that's the 3rd level spell.
I think it's with Counterspell.
Alright, we need to get Lunaretta over there. Torquil, you toss
Well,
me over to the
yeah.
other.
1 second, because here's the thing: is you guys need to keep in mind that I am at limited capability for communicating. So one at a time.
Oh, right.
So first things first, I need to see what fucking yeah, that's a 3rd level spell. Because currently Nimi doesn't know that Lunaretta has knock. Okay.
I don't think knock helps with traps.
I mean, if it's an arcane lock, knock undoes arcane lock. But in order to figure out exactly what it is, I'm going to have to do an arcana.
Mm-hmm. But you can tell by looking at it,
It's
it's
basically a
trap.
magical version.
Okay, it's a trap
Yeah.
specifically. Then yeah, then I'm going to have to do arcana. We're gonna use that hero point that I got today so that I'm not rolling at disadvantage.
Okay.
Where?
You see that it is pulsing with an angry red light. But
There's
as
a
you
16.
take a look around it, you start playing with the magic itself, trying to gingerly rewrite it just enough to stop the flow of power. And after a couple tense moments, it doesn't blow up in your face, but the runes fizzle and go out before that falls off as well. And that is where you see a complex magic seal. This is probably what's actually keeping the chest closed.
Okay. I'm proficient in arcana. Is this where knock might be helpful?
Let me go look at knock. It has multiple only against one. Is held with arcane lock. It is suppressed. No, because that is specifically to the arcane lock spell.
Okay.
This is a seal.
Okay. In that. Okay. So Nimi's gonna go stand right here, and she's gonna tell Axie, Merlin, and Torquil what she has found thus far, and also to tell people come closer to the edge. My telekinetic, my telepathic is only so far.
Actually, it's going to repeat that.
Here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, because I can now stand where Ruben is right now. Ruben can hear me. Axie and Merlin would need to step forward one. Cece, I have an aura up, but I can't make it so that everyone else can see it.
And you're doing a dippy type. Everybody should be able to
There
see
we
it
go.
now.
Okay. As long as you guys are within that box, I can speak to you.
There we go. Dokul, you want to take my spot while I dangle precariously off the edge here?
Hmm. Turtle's
I
standing
mean,
over here.
that works too. Says Wick, we may need your expertise as well. Ruben will like point towards the between Lunaretta and Xerxes. You may want to get. Okay, yeah, you're going over to the armor.
Yeah, Sizzlewick hasn't been paying much attention to what's going on over here. They've been looking at the pedestals and then armors that are set out.
All right, they're a smart cookie. I trust what they're doing. Toshinori, how you doing?
There's a nod from him. He stays pretty quiet. As you see, his wounds are pretty much completely closed. He looks fine.
Alrighty. If you wanna get in communication with Nimi, just stand right there between the two magic users.
There's a nod. He seems to be keeping an eye on Sizzlewick to make sure she doesn't touch anything that's going to launch her into the lava.
That is fair.
And Dude's just flying around. He flies over all the way over here and lands on Nimi's head.
I now have a dude. Okay, so from the sounds of this, I'm gonna have to. Is this gonna be another Arcana check to get through?
You could. It looks like there are runes you could try messing with. So you could try an
Mm-hmm.
investigation. It also looks like it's the last of the seals, so you could just try to rip the thing open if you want.
That's my kind of puzzle.
It looks very tough, but it looks possible.
So maybe for someone that doesn't have a 9-inch strength,
I mean, if you
And
summon Torquil.
disadvantage.
I can't. Can Torquil get over here?
I probably could.
You can still do that thing where you poof to people, right?
No, they're
his
not
rage is
raging anymore.
ended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can. I'm pretty confident in my strength. I mean, I could jump from here over here and do a 10-foot long jump over to here.
You'd have to catch yourself and climb up as well.
Yeah, because it's more than 10 feet.
If I jump from where Xerxes is,
It's not the distance, it's literally higher up.
Yeah,
You'd hit the wall and have to climb up.
and even if I rage again, there's no guarantee I get that specific rage ability.
You do have Axie who can cast Featherfall to extend your jump and make it easier, but it does cost them resources, which is why they warned about it.
Yeah, so. Oh. And Axie needs to cast it in order for her to get back over here, doesn't she?
She would, yeah. Which is why she's staying here in case something happens.
I can always throw them.
Yep.
Alternative solution. How long do you think one of these big stone blocks will last in the lava if we toss it in there? Make some more stepping stones, as it were.
We don't know how deep it
Me.
is. It might just sink.
Not only that, but maybe. What are you talking about? These stone pedestals?
Well, just sort of the stonework that's around this place. Rip off
Okay,
a big
excuse
chunk of it and toss it in.
I know what they're thinking of, and well, that would work in a cartoon.
me.
That's not. I don't think that's how lava works.
Nimi's going to ask Doot if they can go grab Merlin.
Doot, 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 doot. Doot's on the go. Merlin's like, what? He gets drove by, picked up by a dragon. There's a
Oh,
lot
that
of
gives-
screaming and he's flying over the lava.
Guys, this gives me an idea. Lunaretta, do you still got cast of that grow and trinket spell?
Ooh, I do. Yes. I can
Uh,
make anyone big or small.
Okay, if you can make me like tiny, like Dude size, he can carry me over to the pedestal.
You would still be
To
bigger
the,
than Doot by a good margin.
Yeah, you'd go from medium. You're
Actually, no,
technically
you're
still a
small.
medium.
No,
You would go
Ruben's
small to
small.
tiny.
They go small to tiny.
Yeah.
The token always throws me off.
Would that be enough?
Yeah, it'd be enough. Same as a gnome. He could be picked. He could technically, if he's not wearing armor, be picked up by Mage Hand.
Okay.
Even
Or-
ahem.
Or you're gonna cast it on me and make me big enough that I can literally just pick you both up and jump across.
Yeah, I mean you can pick me up and jump me across. At this size anyway.
Anyway,
Well, I'm able to pick up Ruben just fine, but Axie is a medium person, so
yeah.
that would need to be large to pick you both up and jump at the same time.
Oh, even better idea. Lunaretta, if you make Torquil giant size, like even more giant than he already is, he has less distance to jump, right?
I could probably just walk across the crack.
Oh. I suppose I can do that, but I was kind of hoping I could, make you a marketable plushie, but that works too. I'm just saying you would sell out.
Nini, while you're listening to these knuckleheads try to debate on how best to get over here, you hear a click next to your foot.
Did the mouse get through?
Yeah, the mouse figured it out.
Yeah, that's why I called the mouse over here.
He gives you a thumbs up.
I'm gonna open the chest now.
Amazing chests ahead.
You Dark Souls bastard.
What is in this chest?
Hang on, my cat's doing something in the background. As you open the chest, it opens with a creak, and you see an inner light start to burn out from inside the chest itself, almost flickering as if there's an open flame inside. But as you open it, you see this chest is lined with a beautiful purple velvet lining, and in the very center, there's only one thing. An ember coal that is burning bright, casting flickering shadows along the interior. And above it, you can see the inscription, "Carry the flame, not to destroy, but to remind. Balance lies in restraint."
Okay. Please put that in chat. As well as I detect magic lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's putting off magic.
okay.
You can see there's
Uh,
also
well-
a large crack going through the center of this large stone.
Okay.
Nemi, what'd you find? I can't see from this angle.
Nemi's gonna tilt her head and look. Why do I feel like this thing's probably as big as Merlin?
Yeah. It's about the size
Okay.
of your fist.
Fair. Nimi's gonna look at Merlin and just go, "Should I pick it up?"
Picking up random magic items is never a good idea, but I can't stop you.
The only other thing we could do about it is either take an hour or well, Nimi's gonna cast Mage Hand
Fair?
and have it pick up the magic item.
It picks up just fine.
Okay. I very so much hope this mouse speech is it also in Draconic?
Is what? The inscription inside? Yeah.
Yes.
So that is inside the chest, not on
Well, yeah, I know. It the inscription that says "Carry the Flame" is it in Draconic?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Does Merlin know Draconic?
Yes, he does.
Okay, so that he can read that. So Nimi's going to just have the mage hand gently like put it down so that Merlin can get a look at it.
You see, he starts looking over it. It could take me a while to identify it, but I can get to work on it.
Nimi is going to let those with pretty much the entire party at this point know what was found, what the inscription says, and that it's going to take her and Merlin about an hour.
Well, if you think it's worth it,
Hey, should we perhaps call for a brief recess then? At least while you're busy with that?
yeah, we could work to set up some easy travel between these, lava platforms and whatnot in the meantime.
Ooh, because
You do get back from Nimi that would be nice. Speaking that I can't get back over.
It might be
Alright, I
better
got
to
about
set up in the middle
rope.
again.
Yeah. So it sounds like Torquil, Axie, and Ruben need to get back into the middle.
Torquil can just jump that. He can yeet the other two.
Mm-hmm.
And if Torquil's sitting there waiting, he will probably be able to catch Nimi if she jumps. Because she has the benefit of height.
The problem with that is that height don't matter. I wouldn't. It's a 15-foot jump. I wouldn't make it.
You would with Featherfall.
If we wait, here's the thing: is that if all of them go into the middle, we do this for about an hour, I'll get my fucking spell slots back, and it'll be fine.
That's fair.
So, Nimi's gonna sit here with Merlin and Duke while the rest of them reconvene in the middle. And we're just gonna do some light studying and try and figure out what the fuck this thing does. And wait for my pack slots to refill.
Is everybody okay with that?
Sounds fair. Ruben would like to
Sounds good.
have the opportunity to take a look at some of the armor like Sizzlewick is doing.
Fair. Torquil, are you going to yeet Ruben and Axie?
Yep. So Torquil is gonna step up over here, get ready. All right. Who's first on the torque wheel ride?
Yeet!
Toss me so if something goes wrong, I can catch Axie.
Torquil didn't need to wait. So Torquil takes a couple of steps back and.
What is Xerxes and
Yeah.
Lunaretta doing?
Well, since we're gonna be taking an hour, right?
Yeah,
Short
I'm
rest.
gonna rest so I can get
Yeah.
my slots back too.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 hit dice, and then I'm also gonna do Song of Rest.
Gotcha.
So Ruben will head over to Sizzlewick and ask, So, what does it look like? Sturdy, magical, an upgrade to what I'm currently using?
You see, it is a stone suit of armor, and instead of a sword or a shield, it is instead holding its hands in front of it, holding what looks like an obsidian orb.
Okay, so it's just statues.
I don't think anything down here is just anything.
Aye. Hmm.
There's a lot of damage to this one's base. You see, she points towards the bottom where you see the dais in which the statue is standing on is crumbled and corroded. A lot of the stones having fallen away over time.
Definitely seen bad days.
Yeah,
What do you think it was supposed to do?
I don't know. I wonder if part of this side crumbled away.
Like there was supposed to be another statue around here, or just that this was supposed to be connected to something?
I don't know. But look at that other statue over there. She points to the south, where you see another statue. That one holding an orb just like the one in front of you, but instead of an obsidian one, that one seems to be made of what looks like copper or brass. But unlike the statue that Sizzlewick's standing next to, that one just has a bunch of cracks in it. But the the pedestal itself, or the dais itself, looks for the most part still intact.
Okay. Seeing that the orb is of a different material, Ruben looks over to the adjacent one. What type is it holding?
You see it is holding a orb just the same, but that one looks to be of some kind of bluish metal.
Yeah, so we got obsidian stone, we got copper metal, and some kind of weird blue steel. It
You
seems
hear
like
a
a
grunt from Toshinori that sounds something along the lines of jade and mithril.
What about the one that's next to Torquil?
It seems to be made of a shiny, silvery white metal.
Torquil will wrap a knuckle against it.
It's solid.
Hmm. Do I recognize what it could be?
Considering Toshinori just said mithril, probably that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ones to. I thought you were talking about the ones down here. I didn't know you were talking about the ones all over here too.
I mean, Toshinori wasn't very descriptive, but mithril is known to be white silver.
That's
Well,
all
I'm guessing-
right.
So I'm guessing this one over here is holding the jade.
Most likely. As you can see, even from where you're standing, a beautiful green stone being held in his hands.
How big is this orb?
About this size.
Torquil's fist, or like, or Ruben's fist? Because that's a
Probably
significant
closer
difference.
to the average human. Kind of like
Chunk of
about
it.
the size of the baseball.
Not a bad chunk of mithril. Could be worth something.
Yeah, just as long as we're not triggering some kind of trap by removing it.
Yeah, there's a good possibility of that. Turkle's going to take a close look at the not the pedestal itself, but the hands holding the mithril. Does it look like there's any pressure traps or anything like that?
Roll me perception.
Anything that could be sensing it?
Roll me that perception.
Perception. 17.
Not that you notice.
Doesn't look like there's anything there. I'm gonna like press on the ball a little bit, see if there's a give.
It moves.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not exactly my color, but it is still shiny.
Jade is not shiny.
It is still
Well, I mean,
pretty.
you polish it up. Torko's gonna put his hand around the orb, which is his hand's pretty bigger than the orb, so he'll be able to put that. God, I can't talk. He's gonna try to lift it up just a little bit.
Comes up easy.
He takes it all up all the way. Anything happen? You're pausing like something happens.
No, nothing happens.
Oh, okay. Well, Torkel now has a good chunk of mithril in his hands. He starts tossing it back and forth in his hands. This will be worth a pretty penny when we get back to town.
Ruben, seeing this, can he reach the copper orb in the statue hands above him, or?
With your short ass, no. Not without climbing it.
Well, there is a still unexploded barrel nearby. He can hop up onto that and reach it, right?
You'd have to climb up its parts way up its elbow. Because these statues are about 7 feet tall.
That's what I mean, like climbing up one of the nearby barrels next to the statue and reaching from there.
Yeah, it's pushed off to the side. You'd have to climb up onto its arm a little bit to really stretch out there, but theoretically you could do it.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Roll me
I
acrobatics.
mean, it's not like they're gonna be using this place anymore, so why let valuables, just linger around, gather and test.
Roll me acrobatics.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
You're
Decent
able to
enough.
get up to it, yeah. Not too hard.
Ruben sets himself up on the shoulder of this thing and plucks the copper orb out of his hands.
It's easy enough to bring out.
I wonder. As Ruben kind of slides down the armor back to ground level, I'd like to make a investigation check on that intact dais. See if there's any draconic writing on there.
You do not see any, but you see it is cracked all to hell. Hey, Torquil, do you see that?
Torquil looks at where Axie's pointing.
You see written across the doorway, there are words written in Draconic. I don't know if Torquil speaks Draconic.
I don't. I speak giant and dwarf.
So there's gibberish on the door. It definitely wasn't there when you were over there.
It's that strange chicken scratch that wasn't there before. What was it? What is it?
Ooh. Let me take a look, see. And I'll try to read the things on the door.
You can definitely read it.
Yeah.
1 burns too bright. 4 must unite. Shadows, storms, whispers, and stillness endure.
Can I get that in writing?
Mhm.
One burns too bright, four must unite. Shadow, storm, whispers, and stillness endure.
Shadow, storms, whisper.
How many statues are there? There's
5.
4. There's 5 here.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Mm.
And can you write down a list of the types of orbs? Just to remind me.
Going clockwise, there's mithril, there
Mm-hmm.
is obsidian, there is copper, there is a yet unidentified blue steel, and there is jade.
Cobalt. Oh, no.
Okay. So it's
Shadows, storms, whispers, stillness. I think.
I mean, obsidian is made from cooled lava. Maybe that's the burning one.
I mean, I was thinking more of like colors. Like obsidian could pertain to shadows because it's black.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Mithril, I'm thinking could be endurer because I think it's kind of like one of the more it's supposed to be ungodly strong material.
But it's also supposed to be heavily magically conductive, so maybe storms.
I was thinking copper for that one.
Can I roll an Arcana check on the properties of mithril for Ruben?
Sure. What kind of properties are you looking for?
Just kind of, what type of effect it gives armor when you make it out of it.
Usually it's a very strong material, but it's a very light. It's usually used for less powerful builds like Torquil to wear heavier and heavier armor. And if you're in a situation where you need the lightness, like you need less weight for something to hold up, it has an amazing amount of tensile strength.
All right. Above game, I know that it takes away the disadvantage from stealth rolls on heavy armor, but
Because it's
just
physically
making
lighter.
sure. Yeah.
So maybe, maybe switch out Mithril for whispers and jade. What do we know about jade?
We're gonna do a little bit of a time skip so we can let Nimi rejoin the group as y'all are
Oh.
taking a look around, doing some rest. Lunaretta's playing her music, and then we're gonna look at these. So, can I get? Are you leading the investigation or helping Merlin? By the way, Nimi.
I'm helping Merlin. I have exhaustion.
I had a feeling.
So Merlin can have the advantage.
So he needed it. Let me send you what he tells you this thing does, but he keeps it low.
Okay. That's ominous.
Alrighty. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where's Nimmy? Here's Nimmy. Nimmy, you should be able to see the handout. Do you see the handout?
I do see the handout.
Good.
Okay. Um. Okay, I need to pay. Okay. Nimi is going to mentally. Okay, so she's just mentally talking to Merlin at the moment.
Dude's off flying around. He's being dude.
Yeah, pretty much. But Nimi is going to ask, based on what the chest said, what does he think we should do?
I don't know. It doesn't seem dangerous.
Agreed. It might be able to help. The question is who do you think is going to have the restraint?
Maybe a decision for later?
Fair. I can put it in the bag for now.
There's a nod.
Cross that bridge at a different time. So yeah, Nimi's just gonna put it into her bag for now.
As you see, the rest are investigating the knights as you turn to look. Merlin runs up your
Okay.
shoulder.
Yep. Nimi is going to cast Mage Hand, because I cannot Misty Step Merlin over there.
As Merlin gets
And I'm
fucking carried over.
yeah. As Nimi's gonna send Merlin. Just gonna put Merlin gently on Axie's head. As I am gonna look at my spells, not my. I'm going to come over here and Misty Step over here. Okay. Nimi's going to ask the entirety of the party at this point what's going on over here.
As
Hey,
you-
Nemi. We figured out some kind of puzzle with Tiamat. Well, we're
Yes,
figuring
I'm trying to
something out
figure
with
out
it.
which stone best goes with my eyes.
Toshinori's response is, I'd be more worried about what it does than how much you can sell it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a big lump of copper. I mean, it can't really do too much, can it?
And at the top of each of these pedestals we're standing next to have a suspicious looking orb indent.
They do?
Oh, did we ever take a good look at those?
No.
I'm gonna take
No.
a better look at them.
Yeah, Nimi's going to as well, speaking that it sounds like something else.
You see, it's a rather flat dais, save for a single rectangular pedestal, which looks like it has a scoop taken out of the top of it, which looks like it could fit an orb, by what Toshinori said. But more interestingly, both of you notice written across the base of the pedestal itself, you see on that one, what erodes strength endures.
Endurance.
Okay. Well then,
You also
Nimi's
see what looks like a faint spiral, as if something burned its way in and part of it has melted the spiral out. You see drip marks as well.
interesting. Okay. We're gonna go walk over to this one next.
I'll read this one.
And
That
Ruben
one
will take.
says, what strikes without warning leaves no room for mercy. You see above it, there are jagged, cracked-like marks going in every direction. Almost like tree branches reaching out. For the one
Okay.
Lunaretta has got to, It would be on the south side, so you don't see anything where you're standing. You see the line. You see the line, what spreads unseen brings all to its knees, and you see the etchings of what looks like vines coiling around everything. Over where Reuben is standing, you see what remains still cannot be consumed. As you see these sharp, jagged lines coming out, almost as if there's crystals growing out of it, but it's an etching instead of actual crystal.
Alright, I'm pretty sure mine is where stillness goes.
What do you, Nimi's gonna just telekinetically ask, telepathically, not telekinetic. What do you mean?
Well, my data says like can we get the words in chat, please?
It is what yours
Also,
says.
no. Also, no. Nimi has not been informed about the door. He was a little busy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. There's writing on the wall. And I'm just gonna yell over because I know she can read Draconic.
What wall?
Oh, the wall, door, that one.
Okay. Nimi is then going to look at the wall.
The one well, it doesn't really matter which one we're standing by. So there's 4 of them. Still cannot be consumed. Stillness. Endurance. Myth, storm. Alright, no.
How's
Storm.
Xerxes doing over there? I haven't heard from him in a while.
I'm good.
You up to anything?
Thinking about the puzzle.
Fair.
So we have Cobalt.
Okay. Well, what endures? What erodes strength endures? I'm going to assume that that's storm. But remains still cannot be consumed. So stillness. Well,
We can skip that one for now. What starts with that warming? That one
that one's probably
is
shadows.
the shadows. And the last one is what spreads unseen brings all to its knees.
Well, that
I'm
one
thinking
definitely
this
feels
might
like
be Jade
whispers.
because there's plant iconography on it.
I'm thinking whispers for this one. Like, you ever heard that phrase, like, hearing through the grapevine?
yeah.
I mean the one that I'm at like has like actual like vines on it. Okay. I'm thinking for the storm one, which is what erodes strength, I believe it was. No, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, one of them had like a storm iconography on it.
I think that one was the spiral one, right?
Yeah, that's a spiral.
I'm thinking that one might be copper.
Nimi, can I get a perception check? With advantage. So normal for you.
Woohoo!
Nimi, as always, you've been looking around, and even in your tired mind, over the last hour, you've started to notice something
Mm-hmm.
about Axie.
Oh, that's concerning.
Every once in a while, you keep seeing her rub her sternum. She doesn't seem to notice she's doing it. But you've definitely taken notice as it's getting more common as the hour passes.
Nimmy is going to telepathically ask her if she's all right.
Hmm? Fine.
Nimmy's gonna ask her to come here.
You see her gaze keeps drawing it towards the door, and it takes her a second to come over. Yeah, what's up?
Nimmy looks at her, and I still can't speak aloud, so you're rubbing your sternum. What hurts?
Nothing. You feel fine.
Raises
Just
an eyebrow.
something feels off.
Nimmy is waiting for more of an explanation.
You see she doesn't give one. She doesn't seem to know exactly what she's trying to say. Almost lost searching for words.
Does her eyes keep going back to the door?
Yeah.
Nimmy's going to turn Axie away from the door.
Okay. She's very confused, but she's standing with her back to it.
Okay. Nimmy's going to just study her for a bit and see if she keeps doing it.
She's not turning back around, but you do notice when she's looking around at everything else, looking over your allies, looking over the knights, and you still see her from time to time rub her sternum.
Meanwhile, Ruben will look to his companions and say, "Okay, so we know Mithril is, kind of a stealthy, silent kind of metal. What about the other ones? Anybody know about any mystical properties of copper or jade?
I mean, I feel like I would know this, at least for copper, but like,
Uh,
copper dragons breathe lightning, don't they?
They do breathe
yeah.
something. I think they lob up stomach acid or something like that.
I'm gonna say copper. I don't think copper's too lightning.
Bronze and copper both, I think, do fire. No, I can't. God, why can't I remember?
I am looking it up. One copper or acid and gas that slowed people within it.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe this one is stillness.
Would Torquil know anything about Jade? I mean, he is a Goliath, being a mountain born is kind of his whole thing.
I mean, it's used for statues, figures.
What do jade dragons breathe?
I don't think they're already jade dragons.
I
There's
thought
green dragons, but
they were. I thought,
And there's emerald
isn't there a gem dragon?
dragons.
yeah, but that's emerald, not
Yeah,
jade.
those are emerald dragons.
Uh,
And I don't think there's
I mean,
mithril either.
no, there's not.
There's white and
That being
silver, which
said,
is similar in color, but
yeah, but
Okay, so maybe abandoned.
yeah, because I was gonna.
I
So
will
the thing
also
with
point out that the one Ruben has is either copper or brass. They're usually very similar in coloration.
Ruben, do you want to come show me what the ball is so that we can actually figure out what material it is?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of a reddish brown metal.
Numi's gonna take it in her hands. What check would that be?
History or blacksmithing toolkit.
History it is. Okay, I gotta roll a disadvantage, so uno momentum.
When it comes to jade, it's known for their metaphysical properties are longevity, protection, healing, and good luck.
It is
I don't
not
know if that
copper,
helps.
but brass.
Okay. So yeah, Nimi's going to say this is brass, not copper.
Ace? Huh. Well, bad news, guys. I think I may be a little bit colorblind.
They're very similar metals. It's easy to get confused. That being said, brass, fire.
Think it may be the one that burns too
So,
bright.
Possible. What were you gonna say, Torquil?
so we're operating under the assumption that all these stones are represent a kind of chromatic dragon, right? I mean, black. You got black obsidian dragon. Obsidian is black dragon. Cobalt it would probably be like a blue dragon. Jade is the green dragon. Mithril is a white dragon. So on and so forth.
Oh
However,
yeah, and that would make brass even more of an outlier then, because it's a metal dragon.
cobalt would be a metallic, as would mithril, because they'd actually be metals.
Oh,
If you're going by that
I'm sorry,
logic.
not like metallic dragons. But what
Obsidians,
is
I
there?
believe, are chromatic. Because I know there are chromatic obsidian dragons. Let me see if I can find them. I'm almost certain there. Or are they part of the long dragons?
They're
Gem dragons.
they're gem. Obsidian
Gem
dragons are the most intelligent of the gem dragons, and also the most dangerous.
I don't see obsidian on the list. I see amethyst, crystal, emerald, sapphire, and
It's
I'm
because it's
looking
part
on
of
the
the
Forgotten
ore.
Realms. Yeah, I'm looking at Forgotten Realms wiki. The obsidians were in 3E,
Yeah, it's one of the
okay.
rare ones.
They had a
Oh.
lot of stuff that didn't make it out.
3rd edition. They were also neutral evil. Okay.
There's metallic, there's bronze, brass, copper, gold, and silver.
If
It
it's a
could be
normal
a
color, it's
mix.
chromatic. If it's kind of a gem or a stone, it's the gem dragons. If it's a metal, it's the metallics. It's kind of the breakdown of those.
Ruben gets a little bit of a thought as he goes over to this pedestal here. You said it had something of a jagged pattern, like tree branches.
Yep.
Can I make an intelligence check for Ruben? Obviously, it looks like tree branches at first glance. Could it also be interpreted as lightning bolts?
Yes, it could. Now you're gonna make your roll for that. It just could.
Oh. Okay, so ignore that too then. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this one kind of looks like branches, but it could also be lightning, electricity and whatnot. Maybe Blue Dragon and inspired then?
Yes. I will point out, so brass is highly conductive.
This is true.
I mean, I suppose it really comes down to interpretation, but either way, there's going to be one odd one out.
I mean, it is up for interpretation, but brass, Dungeons and Dragons, brass dragon. I think we can keep on theme.
Okay.
Alternatively, you guys mentioned before how obsidian is made from like,
Lava.
superheated rock and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Lava that's cooled.
Nimi, you see Axie start rubbing her chest again as her eyes are drawn back towards the door.
Okay, at this point, Nimi's going to grab Axie's hand.
Hmm?
Something's not right. I don't like how that door keeps drawing your attention. You don't even seem to notice.
I think I've been here before. I know I haven't, but I feel like I have. It all seems familiar somehow. Or at least that does. She nods back towards the door.
Am I going to need to like get over there to like legitimately look at the door?
What are you looking for? There's a big crack at it and words written on it.
There was also arcane runes on it as well, wasn't there?
They faded out and they were plentiful.
Mm. Merlin, what did the runes say that you saw?
I didn't have time to go over them really, but they looked like some kind of warding magic. Some kind of massive barrier.
Would you like me to put you back over there?
I mean, I don't know how much I would get from it. It's just a massive spell. Somebody really didn't want somebody going through. Or getting out, I suppose.
Getting out is what I'm leaning towards. Ugh.
So Ruben will look over to Sizzlewick. Were you able to figure anything out from looking at the statues? Any connection of which jewel goes to which, uh, element?
Well, it looks like there's something odd going on with each of them.
Define odd.
She gestures the one next to her, which is still all kinds of corroded. That one, she points to the one down to her south, is surprisingly warmer than the others.
Well, that one was holding the brass, so that tracks.
She points to that one over there. That one on the other side seems to be absorbing heat. It's nowhere near as warm as the rest.
Okay, I don't know if that's a trait of Mithril.
Not as far as I know.
Torpil spins the ball in his hand. Hey, it doesn't feel any colder than it should be.
She's talking about the platforms on which the knights are standing on.
Wait a minute.
She
You said
points to the
corrode
one on
with
the
this one, right?
far. Hmm?
With this one over here, you said corrode, right?
Corroded and crumbled, yeah. She points to the
See.
one just across, way over here. That one has vine etchings. And that one over there has cracks as well.
So the one next to Sizzlewick was eroded.
Oh, guys,
This
I
one,
think
This one has cracks.
this one
guys,
is.
Hang on.
One
Ruben?
sec. Ruben?
I think I'm figuring this out. Like, this does have something to do with chromatic dragons. Like, corroded. That's acid. Black dragons, and it's holding the obsidian statue.
Mm-hmm.
That one over there, it's absorbing heat, ice, white dragons, mithril. This one down here, like brass, fire, heat, red dragons. Cracks over here. That one was holding the cobalt, the blue metal, blue dragons, lightning, and the one over here. Once again, that one was, what was its trait?
It was a jade.
Jaded and
Vine.
has the vines.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
spreads?
Jade, green dragon vines. They live in forests.
I thought green dragons also spray acid. Or was
No,
it
they
poison?
spray
It's
poison.
poison.
It's poison.
Oh, what spreads unseen? Okay.
Poison.
Poison can be unseen.
Ooh. Okay.
Nimi's going to tighten her grip on Axie's hand. That's one for each of the chromatics. One for each of the Dragon Queen's heads.
Oh, the words on the pedestals are making more sense now. Spreads unseen, brings out to its knees, that's poison. Strikes without warning, that's lightning. Corrode strength, that's acid.
What remains cannot be consumed as ice.
Alright, I think we got this one figured out then. Alright, we put the mithril in the remain still, cannot be consumed one. We put the obsidian in erode strength. We put the lightning in strikes without warning. And we put the jade in what spreads unseen.
Is that what the party would like to do?
Yep.
Wait, hold on. That's 4 out of the 5.
And the outlier is
Yeah,
the one that runs too bright, the brass.
Yeah, it's implying that one is going to be sitting out, and then it's saying that 4 need to unite or something.
If one burns too bright, 4 must unite.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the fire one would be the one left out.
Yeah, we could just kick it out.
Well,
Yeah, my gosh, is this what it feels like to be Nimi and Sizzlewick and
I'm talking to
Noah?
myself.
Well, there's Nimi.
Is this what it feels like to know something, to be smart?
Yes, Ruben. That being said, Nimi's going to come over here, and she's got a tight grip on Axie's hand and is pulling her with. She has the brass orb at this point. But I think Ruben's right, so we just don't want Axie near the door.
That's fair.
So we're gonna go stand over here. But as far as I'm concerned, go for it, Ruben. I think you're right.
Just
Yep.
know that even if you blow us all up, we still believed in you.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. Ruben will fit the orbs where he said
Where are you
ice
putting them?
in the.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, a refresher on like which pedestal is which like connector, but
Let me
what
grab
remains to be still cannot be consumed. Putting the mithril one there. What corrode strength endures. Putting the obsidian one there.
Mm-hmm.
What strikes without warning. Putting the cobalt one there.
Mm-hmm.
And what spreads unseen. Putting the jade one there.
You see they fit and they start to glow, spinning each with a solid color. Green, black, white, and blue. As they spin and they launch a beam of light into the brass one, yanking it out of Nimi's hand as Axie pulls Nimi back immediately. as the brass orb is pulled into the air, equidistant from each of them, right above them, as it starts to spin, and you see flames starting to spit out as it spins and spins, and one more beam extends from the brass orb and slams into the door to the north. And it stays like that for a moment before the entire room starts to shake. And the beam stops, and the doors begin to creak open. You see a dark room behind, in which stands a large stone wall just in the middle of the room. Not going from side to side, almost. It looks like a round room, and in the center of the room, there's just a wall.
I've got a quick question.
Yay.
The door that we came through, is it still open?
It is.
Okay. Nimi is going to write out a note about what has happened, and I am going to hand it to Doot so that they can go quickly give it to the other party and then come back.
Fair enough.
Because they need to go warn Greenest at this point.
Fair.
So, wait for Dude and then we can go, but just the basic of this is what we think is what's happening. This door is fucking open. We're going to investigate. Somebody go warn Greenest. Because we're about to go do something stupid.
Fair. How are you getting Dude's attention? He's out of your range. And Dude's watching the door.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll
Where
just...
is he?
He's over on the pedestal to the north.
Oh,
He's over by the door.
I'll go over there and just message, you know. Because I still
was
gotta
gonna
hand him
say-
the note.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's also Xerxes Familiar.
Xerxes Familiar
Who's not
is
here.
still gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Xerxes Familiar is on the way to Bonnie.
Yeah.
So, we got Xerxes Familiar telling Bonnie that we were gonna open this first door. And then now Dude's just gonna pass that off to the ones that are holding the other side of the door. But Dude's supposed to come back.
Which I
'Cause
think
we need a
it's
healer.
Aether, Aku, and Pliwi. I think Bonnie
That
and
sounds...
Aether all the way back at the back.
No, Keith came with us.
Fair.
So Keith should be with the one behind the door.
Fair.
Bonnie and the dragon and Haji are back at camp.
I knew somebody was with Bonnie. I just couldn't remember who.
Yeah, it's definitely Haji.
Wait, who's Haji?
Weisel.
Weisel,
Oh,
the ferret.
There's too many damn fucking ferrets.
But yeah, he immediately jets off, happy as can be.
Okay, and I still have a hold of Axie.
Her eyes are locked on the opening of that door.
Yep. I am going
so-
to keep a hold of her until Duke comes back. But go ahead, Ruben.
I was just gonna say, does Ruben knows Axie's anticipation, anxiety?
Oh, she's locked onto that door.
I mean, if you don't, you could probably tell that Nimi is very concerned and won't let Axie go.
Yeah, Ruben will go over to Enemy and say, "Is the kid okay? Is this like what happened before?"
Nimi is going to specifically just speak to Ruben at the moment and just go, I don't know what's going on. She thinks she feels like she's been here before. And she hasn't. And I think something's up with her magic. It might.
This says bad vibes written all over it.
Has what?
Yeah, it says bad vibes written all over it.
Nimi's gonna look you dead in the eye, Ruben, and again, just to you, go. I think she might be trying to call out to Axie.
All
Can you
right.
get a perception check from Nimi? Since you're standing right next to Axie.
I am standing next to Axie. I have her hand in mine.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have advantage on this?
No, because it's really low.
Okay. So give me a moment. There's that. I need to roll again.
No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. No whammy.
You hear Axie just barely under her breath. Almost if she doesn't even know she's saying it still. She's down there.
Does Nimi tell Ruben this?
Nimi is going to before she does, she's going to just mentally ask Axie who.
You see, she's completely focused and doesn't hear you. As she starts to move forward.
Nope, apparently I'm getting dragged forward because I don't actually think I could stop Axie. I'm not letting go of her hand, so what's Axie's strength?
12, I think.
Yeah, Axie's stronger than me. I cannot stop her.
Would
But
you like a certain large Goliath to attempt to stop her?
I mean, actually, yes.
As you
All right,
see,
what-
she steps out onto the lava and doesn't fall. She's standing on air.
Okay.
How's
Do
it
I
going?
start
You
to
get pulled.
fall?
No, you're standing next to her. You feel solid ground underneath you.
Oh god, is Duke back?
No, dude has not returned by this point.
Okay, Nimi is going to ask Torkel to just stop Axie for a moment, and is just like mentally going, Axie, we need to wait for Duke. We need to wait for Duke.
Torko grabs Axie around the waist and tries to hold them back.
Are you jumping on into midair? Because she's out of range right now.
Shit. Okay, Torkel is gonna run from where he was standing and jump across and try to block Axie's way.
In the time it takes you to do that, she has made it to the door.
God
She
damn it!
is
Okay,
moving quickly.
Oh.
then Torkel dashes over and tackles.
Before she gets too far out of way, Ruben would like to expend another divine sense.
Ruben?
Mm-hmm.
Not coming from Axie. But there's a lot of very powerful divine energy coming through that door.
Divine, you say?
Yeah.
Hey.
Divine is in divine up or divine down?
Divine in general. You wouldn't really be able to tell because it's not celestial, fiend, or undead. It's just divinity.
Either way is not a good sign in this case.
Did I manage to grab them?
Oh yeah, you got him.
Ruben is going to look back to Toshinori and call out, Toshinori, I need your help. You and Nemi, you guys gotta get Axie out of here. We'll go into that room. We'll deal with whoever's there, but we cannot have them going in there.
I don't think you have a choice. As he's going to rush across the invisible ground.
Yeah,
Oh.
Nimi's response and just those that she can reach is just, we can't stop her. Just slow her down until Duke gets back.
I mean, didn't I stop her?
Yeah, you've got her.
Yeah, I got her.
Okay.
I got her in the arm
Torquil,
lock.
you can feel her body heat is going up fast.
Lemmy, lass, you won't happen to have some sort of cold spell or something up your sleeve? Anybody?
Ooh, wait. I can breath weapon her.
All right, I may have something to help. Ruben's gonna do two things. One is a bonus action, one is his main action. First one is bonus action to expend a channel divinity to use his let's see here, harness divine power and regain a spell slot.
Fair.
He is then going to expend that spell slot, and he is going to cast on Axie, protection from good and evil.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then, so Torquil has Axie by the waist.
I got him.
Okay. I don't have any cold spells. This is not the character in which is cold base. So Nimi is going to put her hands on Axie's face and is just mentally like, Axie, look at me. Just look at me.
She raises an eyebrow and looks over.
Do you realize what you're doing?
I'm going to make sure she can't do anything else. She's not as strong this time.
What do you mean this time?
She points in.
Yes, that does not tell me what you mean this time.
I think I've seen her before. I remember this. Not
That is-
this as she gestures around her, but the sense.
We need to wait for Dew. We're not going in there without a healer.
There's a nod. And maybe 30 seconds later, you hear the happy dooting of a doot. He's coming back.
Okay.
Doot, 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 doot,
Am I?
doot.
Is Axie still heating up?
Oh yeah, she's definitely heating up. As you see the scales, which usually cover her arms when she's really starting to cast, are definitely starting to show.
That ain't good. Loretta, you got like ice dragon heritage and whatnot. Anything you can do to cool it down?
I could try, well, lightly breathing on her. As
We're not gonna cool her down. Not when she's this fired up.
Well, someone do something. This is starting to hurt.
You can
Dude's
let go.
back. Time to go in.
oh well, out of the fire and into the more fire potentially.
You're a bard and you don't even know the saying out of the frying pan into the fire?
Well, we're not. Well, we're not in a frying pan. Look at all this fire.
Speak for yourself.
Axie, let Toshinori and Torquil go first. You are not a frontline fighter.
There's a nod as Toshinori moves up. She's
I
definitely
am
not
also
fighting.
not. Okay. I am not letting her go because I am just like, I am going with you. I'm also going to take Merlin and put him on my head.
Fair.
Ruben will take the lead with Toshinori as he gives a sigh and says, all right, team. Have the lava pool into the 9 hells."
Torquil will turn and put Axie like towards the back and cautiously let go just in case they start moving forward.
She's staying in the middle. You're not putting her in the back.
All right.
Lunaretta and Xerxes in the back.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said Lunaretta and Xerxes in the back.
Yeah.
And then remembering what I said.
If you want to take a step forward,
yeah.
Torquil, I could be
Yeah.
directly behind you.
Yeah. But Torquil's gonna remember sensing something earlier. Oh, I almost forgot. Nimi, what the hell was in that was over there by you? Did you ever find out?
Yeah, but it's not something we can use at the moment. And we don't have time.
Fair enough. Torquil draws his sword. Shall we, boys? All together.
Ooh.
As y'all step
If
in. Oh, go ahead.
Luna was just about to comment. If we do get out of this, this would make it for a pretty good ballad. Escapes out of the underworld are quite in fashion.
Yeah, let's just hope that we do better than the folks in those ballads.
Onward and upward.
Or
Yeah.
downward in this case.
Y'all enter the room. It is a wide circular room, and behind it you see another large door, but this one doesn't actually, a doorway, but no door inside, as it has a staircase leading even further down. But now that you're in it, you can see the wall has an inscription written across it. It is in Draconic.
What's it say?
I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't give Torquil freaking Draconic.
As
That
you
was
see
foolish
it,
of me.
as you'll approach it, you see the words start to glow, as if written by a flaming quill. Beyond this threshold lies not treasure, but responsibility. The blade, Ashen Fang, was forged to contain the red head of Tiamat, her flame locked within a prison of mortal steel. Her fury, her anger, her unending wrath. These are the fires you would unleash if the seal is broken. I am Amarian Valreth, the first to wield this blade and the last to leave its burden here. Know this, the seal endures only as long as Ashen Fang remains beyond her reach. In her hands, it would be no tool of restraint, but a weapon to break the chains that bind her. If you enter this place, you must be ready to protect the blade with your life, or sacrifice yourself to keep it from falling into the wrong hands. Should you falter, the flames of her vengeance will consume more than this dungeon. They will consume the world. Turn back or step forward knowing the weight of this choice. The flame is not extinguished, only bound. You must ensure it remains so.
Ruben, translating for the group, will end it with, all right. Basic sum up: do not pull the sword from the stone. It will not make you king. It will kill us all.
Nimi's gonna look at Lunaretta and go, "Are you ready for this kind of responsibility, or do you need to turn back?"
She's gonna look behind her. Oh, it's a long way back, and I don't have anyone to princess carry me. Oh well, it looks like I have no choice but to play the hero.
From how that
Brings
sounds, it
no comfort.
doesn't sound like taking a blade would kill anybody, but it would definitely make it hot. But as long as the blade doesn't fall into, I'm assuming we all know who this person is talking about, right? Oh, well, they said the name.
Yeah.
What was
Okay,
his name? It was
Amarion Valorith.
yeah. Does that name ring any bells?
No, not to anybody.
Ah, okay.
And that's not the person you're keeping it from, that's the last wielder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to keep it away from Tiamat.
Tiamat, yes.
Or any of her followers, or anyone that would try to pull the sword from the stone.
Well,
anybody that might make a camp right above where you are standing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
Well-
seem like the blade needs to be in a stone. It just needs to be out of her reach. And at this point, the door's gone.
Well, it honestly sounds like we need to reseal this because the seal was already being broken. We need to go in and defend and close it back up.
You hear, Merlin? We don't have that kind of power.
At the very least, we need to go in there, see what we're dealing with, and see what we can do to keep it safe.
Oh,
We've
so
got to
like,
try or we've got to die trying.
Well, I have no intention of dying, so I guess we'll just have to try and succeed.
sounds like Tiamat's heads through that big ass archway. One of them, anyway.
Nemi's gonna look at Axie. What is she doing?
She's waiting for the party to decide. Nemi, you've seen that set of determination. You get the distinct feeling. If you want to go back, you can. She's going down there.
Ruben's taking the first step forward.
Nemi's gonna follow Axie.
And you'll begin y'all's descent, moving down the steps deeper and deeper. The heat starting to become unbearable. But the way back is just as dangerous. You know, those that kidnapped you were looking for something, digging for something, and now you think you know what they want. But as for what's down there, we're going to have to wait till next time to find out. So, I would like to thank everybody for joining us this week. That was a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing where this goes next. You all have
Very
a good day.
session, everyone.
Peace!